My name is Antonio Mendieta, and this is Speech 4 for Introduction to Speech in Columbia College. I have been a soccer coach specifically, for the last 7 years. I've coached different age groups from 6-year-olds all the way to 18-year-olds. And throughout this time, I've had great experiences and not too good ones. Today, I'll be talking about the not too good ones, and it involves specifically a role and factors that go into place in the sport. I understand that these issues are not only in soccer, but generally in youth sports. However, I'll be talking about soccer because soccer is the one that I've been working with for the last 7 years. This issue specifically is parents. I'll be touching three factors that I think are very important so that the children can develop the skills or the necessary skills to get there, either if they want to get to college or they want to get to pro. First, what? What do we need as parents? What do we need as coaches and as players? Second, the 33% rule. And third, why? Why is it so important to have these three things in order to get there? First, what do we need? What do we need as parents? What do we need as players? What do we need as players in certain times in our lives? We need mentors. We need teachers. We need professors. We need parents. We need good friends. Especially in youth soccer, our players need a support player behind their backs. They don't necessarily need judges. What happens in soccer, and I believe, and I can even bet that this happens in other sports. Once the player gets off the field, the first thing they hear from their parents is why. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that, right? Why didn't you shoot the ball, make the pass? Instead of that, we need supporting players behind our backs. We need mentors. We need that teacher. We need that supporting professors, supporting parents. The first question I would really want to hear from parents to their children after a game would be, did you have fun? After that, you could probably ask them as parent, what did you learn from the game? Those are rhetorical, of course, questions, but also are supporting questions. Our children already know what they did wrong. Believe me, either their coach or the other players have told them already. So we need that supporting player behind our backs. We don't need judges. That's what we need. Second, the 33% rule. There are three people that go into place in our children's development. First, of course, the player. The player has to take some responsibility on his or her development. They need to be a little bit more responsible when it comes to going to games, going to practices, respecting the coach, respecting his or her teammate. So this responsibility has to be at some degree important and serious for the player. Second, the coach. The coach has to become that mentor, has to become that professor that will teach the children the necessary skills to get there. Whether the player wants to go to college, whether the player wants to go to professional, the coach is going to be the person that will help him or will teach him the skills to actually get there. And third, but not least important, the parent. The parent is even sometimes a 24-hour mentor. But that parent should be that mentor, should be the judge. Like I said in the beginning, the parent has to become that supporting player behind our player's back. Always with good attitude, always a good sport, and wanting to help our players anytime within a game, anytime within their lives. Our parents have too many judges in their lives. They have other children. They have even their coaches sometimes. And most likely they'll have their parents. Let's become that player that will always support our children behind our backs. Always. Third and lastly, I want to talk the why. Why is it so important to have these things in our players' development? Remember that our children are children. Us as parents are adults already. Some of our parents are wanting to live their experiences through their children. They probably didn't have those experiences when they were younger. They probably are too competitive, right, to have their children lose a couple of games. Most of our parents are wanting to win, and that's their priority. How does this affect the development? Well, our children, remember, are children. They still need to develop. They still need to learn. There's a process of learning. There's a process of development. And part of that process is also victory, but defeat. They can learn many values. They can learn many things also from defeat. I'm not saying that losing is the answer to these things. However, there is character to develop throughout these experiences as well. These, I believe, are important things to first analyze as parents, coaches, and players, and second, to actually realize what things we're doing wrong. Like I said, parents, coaches, and parents. Once we actually realize and learn the things that we need to be doing and the roles that we have to be playing within our children's development, that's when we will actually start developing as a group and as a team. These three people have to unite in order to help our children get there. If they want to go to college, if they want to go to pro, let's unite and help them get there. But always playing the role that we have to play. That's important.